What matters to you? Hi, my name's Rati Gorfine, and I am a coach who specializes in working with neurodivergent people, such as artists, entrepreneurs, and adults with ADHD who want to focus so that they can grab the focus of others, get seen, and make money doing what they love or what matters to them. That's the theme of this week, if you haven't figured it out. What matters? But before I get to that, just want to always bring your attention to the link above. I'll talk more about it at the end. It's a subscription link. So bookmark that if you got to go away before the end of this video so you can hear more later. Anyway, here's the thing about what matters. There are a lot of things you could say objectively matter. Climate change matters, right? But in terms of functioning in the world, what gets us going is what matters to us, what matters to you. And as far as that goes, you just make it up. Sorry. I had the, I felt compelled to talk about this issue because mattering and your why is very de rigueur. Finding your why is big deal right now. Simon Sinek, Finding Your Why, TED Talk, look it up. Nothing wrong with it, except when not being hit in the head with a bolt of lightning causes you to wander listlessly through life. Like this person who came to speak to me the other day. She said, I just need someone to help me find my purpose, find what matters since I got divorced. And I said, well, when did you get divorced? Turns out she got divorced 20 years ago. Sometimes it's not a big deal. I think the problem is we think what matters has to be a big deal. We talked a little more. Fast forward, she is in the process of considering starting her own business because what she realized in our conversation, not that she didn't already know it, but she had to be honest with herself, was that she doesn't want to answer to anybody. That's her why right now. And yet this person needs to make a living. So you don't want to answer to anybody, but you need to earn money. What do? Well, be a freelancer, start your own business, find a problem to solve and charge to solve it, right? Now, there's a lot of work that goes into that. And if you're somebody who identifies how you feel with your why, then you're in trouble because your why, or what matters, does not change until the attendant goal is resolved. How you feel about it day to day might. And that's where it gets dicey. And that's where you need the skills that you can develop through working with a coach. All right. The truth is, don't wait for directives from on high. You're not Joan of Arc. All right. It doesn't have to be a big deal. What matters could just be feeling the rain on your skin. What matters comes out of the truth of the moment for the most part. If you are willing to be responsive to what's right in front of you and vulnerable to how that affects you, right there in that moment, you're going to find your why. Stop trying to figure it out with your brain. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. You would think it would. Your why very often is an impulse connected to the what it is that you want. What matters because you want it. I am speaking because some of us have a very strong spiritual system. that is the container for what matters, and that's great. A lot of people may have that, or they may lose sight of it from time to time. And when that happens, you still have to develop some kind of internal barometer. Sometimes that internal barometer are your values. I think it's always good to do a little value work if you're feeling a little lost. Just put on a timer and write down your top 10 values. Give yourself a minute. Don't give yourself more than a minute. Do it really fast without thinking. And then you can circle the 3 to 5 out of that really matter to you. Off the top of my head, mine are truth, kindness, commitment, family, and fun. Those are mine. If you look at the values that really resonate for you, and then you look at what's going on in your life, you can then align your life with what matters, particularly if you are not doing things related to those values. You are not living out of those values. So it could be a fairly simple proposition. You could realign with your values every day and then get yourself on point with what matters every day. If you are willing to just stop the mental chatter and the psychoanalysis and the shoulding all over yourself, shoulds usually have very little to do with what matters, then you can respond to the moment. You may need to take a shower. That may be the next thing that matters. All right. You may see that there is a bird on the street that's been hit by a car and it's not dead yet. You can walk by, but it depends on your values. Maybe it's not. Maybe one of your values is kindness. So you get the thing in a box and you take an Uber to the ASPCA, right? You respond out of your values. You are sure to be acting on what matters to you. So that's really, in summary, think of your why as coming home to yourself. That's how you find your why, not by thinking about it, but to your heart. You don't need ruby slippers. You don't need to tap your heels together. You're already there. Just breathe, all right? And ask yourself, what do I want? And if it seems selfish, tell yourself to shut up and just go do it anyway. With that, I'm going to talk a little bit about that link I referred to in the beginning of our discussion today. It's a subscription link to my newsletter. But by subscribing to my newsletter, you are going to get something that relates very directly to what I'm talking about today. You will get my 3-step guide to making your next move in life. Isn't that really what we're talking about? What should I be doing next? What matters? What matters? What meaning do I want to create? Where do I move to next? Well, this 3-step guide that I call the runway method of decision making is going to help you ascertain your needs and your wants, and it will guide you through making a choice. So if you got divorced 20 years ago and you're still wandering around trying to figure out your why or whatever, subscribe to my newsletter and get that free gift, because let's get on with it already. All right. Anyway, just letting you know, this is the last Tuesday I'm going to be doing lives. I'm going to be doing them once a week from going forward on Thursday, because my practice has gotten very full and I need to consolidate my efforts there. So if you're keeping track, every Thursday, 5 p.m., you can find me, starting in 2 days, which was always the case. Share this video if you think someone needs to hear it. Like it if you like it. Please comment, ask questions, engage. I love that. I promise I will respond. And I will see you in a couple days. Bye-bye.